I must say you become more beautiful every day.
I am over here.
Oh, of course you are.
And this is Miss Penelope Smallbone, my new assistant.
Miss Smallbone? What can I say, Moneypenny? Except that she is as attractive and as charming.
As I used to be?
I didn't say that.
Oh, you're such a flatterer, James.
No, Moneypenny, you know there never has been, and there never will be anybody but you.
So you've told me.
Welcome to Universal Exports.
Take it, dear. That's all you'll ever get from him.
Thank you, Commander Bond.
You know me?
Miss Moneypenny described you.
In nauseating detail.
Really? I can see you're going to fit in here very nicely.
Good morning, 007.
Morning, sir. Minister?
Commander?
I think you know Jim Fanning, our art expert.
Yes, hello, Jim.
James?
Do you know what this is?
Well, it looks like a Fabergé egg, sir. One of the jeweled eggs made by Carl Fabergé as an Easter gift for the Russian royal family. They're priceless and very rare. This one contains a model of the Imperial State Coach.
Top marks, 007.
Thank you, sir.
Except it's a fake. Now, there's the real thing. It's being auctioned at Sotheby's this afternoon.
This is the fourth egg to turn up at auction this year. It's from none of the usual sources. Anonymous seller, numbered Swiss bank account. I'd say that the vendor was a Russian. And now this turns up. A near-perfect forgery.
I think Commander Bond should accompany you to the sale.
Splendid. I could use an extra pair of eyes. Perhaps we could try and spot the seller. They usually turn up out of interest or perhaps just to bump up the price.
Thank you, Fanning.
Not at all.
If it is the Russians, it could be an effort to raise currency for covert operations abroad or for payoffs. Either way, we'd better find out what they're up to.
Yes, Minister.
Eyes only, 007. Operation Trove. You'll be replacing 009. He turned up dead in East Germany with that egg in his hand.
I'm afraid there's not much to go on.
Well, we do have one lead, Minister. Property of a lady.
The next subject on the agenda is the continuing mutual disarmament talks with NATO. I assume you've all read General Gogol's report. It seems very thorough.
Thank you, Comrade Chairman. I believe I expressed the opinion of everyone present that adoption of NATO proposals does not compromise our defensive position.
Comrade Chairman.
General Orlov.
General Gogol is presumptuous. He speaks for himself and others who cling to timid, outdated, and unrealistic policies. Must I remind you, the committee, of our overwhelming superiority over NATO forces before we give it away?
In East Germany, under my direct command, I have 31 divisions, including 11 tank divisions and another 5 in Czechoslovakia. In support, on the Russian western border are 60 divisions, including 22 tank divisions. In all, a 10-to-1 advantage. American and West German forces can field at most 10 armored divisions. The British maintain only a token force. We have played out a variety of attack strategies on the new Kultsov computer and find that a lightning thrust by 10 armored divisions from the north and by 5 more through Czechoslovakia lead to total victory in 5 days against any possible defense scenario.
This is absolute madness. We know where it will end. NATO will counterattack with nuclear weapons.
Never! The West is decadent and divided. It has no stomach to risk our atomic reprisals. Throughout Europe, daily demonstrations demand unilateral nuclear disarmament.
I see no reason to risk war to satisfy your personal paranoia and thirst for conquest. We must turn our energies to pressing domestic problems.
General Gogol, let me remind
Comrades,
you...
sit down.
I wish to tell
Both
you...
of you. World socialism will be achieved peaceably. Our military role is strictly defensive.
Duh?
Is that understood, General Orlov? General Gogol, would you continue?
Thank you, Comrade Chairman. I will now turn to the specifics of my report. Tell him I will be there as quickly as possible.